Hello, hello, testing. Okay, so I came up with a really cool program. Um, Let me start it up. This is an idea I came because I had a need. It just the idea came out of need. Basically, a lot of my best ideas actually are something that I'm solving for. Because you know, so let me close this. I had it already open. I will open it again. Okay, so I have a pin. I have a 3D pin that goes on the speakers like a badge, a speaker badge. It goes on the cloth of a speaker. These are Castle Windsor speakers from the 80s from the UK. And one of those badges is missing. I only have one of the original badges. So it's not like you can just go buy them. No one, they're just not available or very, very scarce. Like I couldn't find for this exact badge. But I do have a 3D printer. I was thinking, and I did research. There's a whole bunch of apps where you can take pictures and scan, but it was just like, half of it doesn't work. The other one you have to pay for it, and just like I didn't like the interface. And I was like, wait a minute, right? You can do this on your own. So after like maybe one or two apps, I stopped looking at anything because I didn't want to be influenced. Um, anyway, so the way it works is you start by opening up an image that you want to. So this will convert. This will look at an image, create a mask, and then from the mask it will scan it and then create an STL file for 3D printing. So let's just go and um, open. Actually, I think that was on my desktop. Yeah, this is the image. So we'll load it up. Let me show you guys the image just in case if because I think I have it set up to straight as soon as you select it to start editing it for the mask. So this is the image. Try to take the image as clean as possible with a background like something consistent, right? And even this image isn't perfect. This badge has little things as you can see. But anyway, I want to show you guys. This is the original image. Okay, let's close this. And when you select it, it will create a negative mask. That's what it is. And we need that because it's the easiest way to then algorithmically, programmatically scan the image to create a 3D file, the SD file. So at this point, it's not perfect. It depends on the source, and the source even of this pin isn't perfect. So at this point, I created an export mask where you can export it to like a graphics program, and then you can clean it up. So in here, I can switch between white and black, and I have a little brush, and you can pick your brushes, whatever. It's just basic, super basic. I just wanted to point it out. And then you're just going to kind of, and I did this really roughly. Keep in mind this badge is going to be really small, so a lot of this you won't, a lot of these smaller things you won't even see it with your eye. But just like, go through it and pick out anything that could potentially affect the creation of the SD file. So, as clean as possible. Whoops, and you can do Control Z. Anyway, just kind of look through it. I'll stop because I want to. Okay, so anyway, then you do an export however it works. I call cleaned. I just export it and I replace it. Okay, so now we exported, finished the exporting process. So now we're gonna go back to our app. So if you had a clean sample and you didn't need anything, you can just skip the whole thing I just said. You can just click next. But I did have my mask wasn't perfect and it needs to be as clean as possible. So then I'm going to select the mask that I cleaned. Where's the desktop? Here it is. And wait for it to load. Hopefully this works. This is the first time I'm actually testing this. Oh, look at that. Much cleaner, see? This is critical because Like I said, the 3D print file is not going to be good if you have a large chunk in there, noise. Okay, so now I gave you, let me make this bigger. But basically, here's your different measurements, you know, for how big your thing is. Now, I measured the diameter. I mean, you know, from here to here, the distance. That's 19 millimeters. So I'm just going to go in here and type in 19 millimeters. So it creates an approximate correct, you know, size of the pin that we want to 3D print. Now I also added some cleanup here. You can like denoise, you can play around with that. But basically, we're good. I'm going to click next. So this will take maybe a minute or so. I'm going to also, I think, install like a little bar, says a progress bar, so you don't have to wonder what's happening. But at this point, I just want to get it work. Now it says clean raised STL and it's on desktop. Okay, let's see. So and that was the previous. So see these edges here, these little spikes. That's what happens if you don't have a mask that's clean. Let's zoom out and open this up. See, look at this. Nice and clean. I'm impressed myself right now because now I want to give it some additional options, some basic options that you would find in any 3D, like, you know, having ability to have the edges round the edges, stuff like that. So I actually am going to work on that. I'm actually just going to print this. I just want to see how this comes up because I'm going to do a YouTube video. I'm kind of proud of this thing. But yeah, it's right here. So that is it, I guess. Cheers.